I'm gonna record. I'm gonna start recording. Hi, girl. All right. Hi. What's up? I'm currently at my soon-to-be a coffee lab. This is where I roast my coffee beans as well. I'll show you around. It's still a bit of a mess. I've got things everywhere. It's not properly set up, but I have to make it work with what I have now. So today I will be doing a cupping, which is pretty much tasting the coffee beans that I've roasted. I've also got some coffee beans from some friends of mine that are kindly enough to give some to me to try. Currently, I've got 2 batches of... I can't talk right now, girl. I can't talk. I feel very nervous when you're here. Today, we'll be cupping my soon-to-be, or at least I plan to launch my blend. This is an espresso blend that I've been working on for a while now. I've got 2 batches of them that I want to try. They're different in a way I roast them, trying to pick up what sort of differences that I get from roasting them differently. I've also got 2 coffee beans from Flores. One of them is Yellow Caturra variety and the other one is Red Caturra variety. I'm excited to cup them because these might be my next coffee beans. I've also got a natural processed coffee beans from Bali, which I'm excited about to try because they look delicious, they smell delicious. But again, everything can taste differently when you cup them. So I'm gonna find out today. But what you need are obviously a coffee grinder. It doesn't have to be expensive, doesn't have to be fancy. At least a coffee grinder that's good enough to grind your coffee beans into a medium coarse. Not necessary to get a gooseneck kettle. You can use, heck, you might even use a boiling kettle, an electric boiling kettle without a gooseneck. The one that you see on hotels or restaurants, you can use that. The point is a boiling water. Now, in terms of the temperature, I'm not too sure. I need to look it up. You know what? I'm not going to bother doing it today. I'm just going to use boiling water. And by the way, I don't have hot water system here. I don't have any electric kettle. So what I'm going to use is a pre-boiled hot water that I put in this thermos. Not thermos. Thermos is a brand, isn't it? What is this called? An insulated bottle? Insulated water bottle? Yeah, I don't know. But this is the hot water that I have, which I'm going to pour into this gooseneck kettle. What I find using a gooseneck kettle, it makes it easier for you to get all the coffee bed wet. You need a scale to weigh out the coffee beans. And obviously you need all the beans that you're going to cup. Don't forget some notebook to take some notes. If you watch my previous video, it's good to take notes. It doesn't have to be fancy. Anything that you can always go back to is always better than nothing. And a post-it if you want. So I'm going to use this post-it for my reference. So I'm going to write down what beans I have and I'm going to put it below the cup. By the way, these cups, I'm happy that I found them today actually. This is not an SCA standard cups. For me though, as long as it's enough to hold 200 mils of water, that's good enough. Because the ratio that you want to do is 1 to 18 for Arabica, 1 to 20 ratio for Robusta. And then you want to have some spare cups. I have milk jugs here and a glass cup here. The reason why you want to have them is that you want to make sure that you spoon. Oh, by the way, you also need spoons. They're a bit filthy, I'm not going to show them. You can get a specific cupping spoon. You don't have to. It might help you to taste the coffee better. You don't have to. The reason why I want to have these glasses filled up with hot water, I want to make sure that these spoons are hot so as not to shock the brewed coffee that you have here when you take the coffee beans out. Also, you want to rinse them out as you try each cup, so not to mix up the flavor between each cup. All right, without further ado, I am going to fill up these coffee beans with the beans, and then I'm going to ground them up, and then I'm going to brew them, and then I'm going to wait for 4 minutes, and then I'm going to break the crust, smell it, taste it, take notes. So this container is always so hard to open. And also it's always good to smell on each step. So like you want to smell them when it's still in bean form. And then you want to smell them when it's just grounded. And then you want to smell them as you brew, when you break the crust. It's always good to have these notes for you to go back to. I'm going to start taking notes now. Oh, by the way, the blend that I actually have 3 batches of them. So yeah, not 2, 3 batches. All right, so I'm going to weigh them out. Oh, what the heck? I just bought them and I've already got a chip on it. It's shit. Anyway, I got it for quite cheap, so I can't complain. And I'm happy that I found them. I'm going to weigh out 11 grams. I should use my scoop, shouldn't I? Yes. Do not use your filthy hands, okay? They're filthy. Unless you've washed your hands, you can. But still, it's filthy. Come on. By the way, my grinder here is not single dose. So I might need to flush them out when I change the coffee beans. So I might waste a few beans, which I always hate. That's why I want to get a single dose coffee grinder. Because I feel like not only that it helps you to save time, but, you know, it helps you to minimize the cross-contamination of the beans. So this blend right here, it's 100% Arabica beans. They're actually from the same farm and they're from the same processor as well. The only difference is they're processed differently. So one of them is honey processed and the other one is full wash. That's a bit too much. You know what? It's fine because I know I need to flush them out. I'll put that much. I'm going to weigh them after I grind them anyway, so it's fine. Next, I'm going to cup my other batch. This one smells fruitier. It smells brighter. Okay, this is the natural processed one. Oh, it smells really good. It smells like durian, funnily enough. It smells like jackfruit. It smells amazing, actually. I'm surprised. I love this bucket, but I also don't like them at the same time. They're airtight, which is good to keep your beans fresh. But it's a pain in the butt when you're trying to open them up. And I've broken quite a few lids. Oh, well, why did I do that? I've done this one. It's so hard to close them as well. You need to put enough pressure for it to click. All right, Yellow Caturra from Flores. Okay, you know this is the second Yellow Caturra that I have, or that I've got and roasted from 2 different processor, and both of them smells like tamarind. The beans are smaller compared to the others, to the rest. This is what I mean when I said I broke the lid. See, I split them, which is annoying. You see this girl? I split them. Yeah. Okay. Sweet, a little bit of acidity smell to it. By the way, my approach when I roast these coffee beans is to roast them for espresso. Because personally, I enjoy espresso, a good cup of espresso. For me, it just holds a pack punch of flavor in one single small cup. And it's really hard for you to hide any harsh notes on it. You know, when you drink espresso and you do this, that's harsh, it's not good. But when you drink espresso and you go for another sip, and without you knowing you finished it, that's a good cup of espresso, right? I'm gonna try to blend all of these beans to reach that golden shot, as to say. See, so true. I think batch 1 is dark roasted, I'd say. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say it's dark roasted. I actually roasted this but marginally longer than the 3rd batch because I can see the oil starting to come out of the beans. You can only smell the sweetness. You can't smell like the chocolate notes or like the fruity, the acidity notes anymore. It might be a different case when you grind them, so you want to take note after you ground the beans. Natural. Oh, I'm really excited to try this one. It's medium as well. And then yellow, and then red Caturra, medium as well. Shit, I need to vacuum all of this out because I might cross-contaminate the flavor. It's gonna be a long-ass video. Guys, I'm gonna use a vacuum cleaner to vacuum out the beans or the leftover ground beans of the previous beans so not to contaminate the flavor of the other beans. That's quite a lot, actually. That's a lot. And I'm happy I did that. Okay, so I'll put this back. I'm also Still considering which single dose grinder that I need to buy. But, you know, take it one at a time. Still have to work with what I have. I need to make it work, right? Yes. What the heck? That's not enough. That's what I meant. I put 11 grams. I only got 9 grams out. So that means there is 2 grams of coffee beans inside this grinder. This is quite annoying. It's gonna be a long night for me. No. Use this, please. Now that's too much. So what do you do? Now all of my spoons are wet. Lucky I can prepare tissues or paper towel. It's always handy. What the? Okay, now it's 11 now. It was like 10.9. I was like, what? So to help the aroma not to escape, you can put a paper towel on top. Ideally, you want to put like, what is it called? A coaster? Yeah, a coaster or plate. Anything to close the top lid or to close the cup is better than not having it. What am I smelling? You need to grind them first and then smell it. For that, I'm gonna flush them out. All right, I'm happy with that. Put this in, tear it down, grind the rest out. That's a lot. Definitely put too much in there, but that's okay. It's better to be safe than sorry and do everything twice. Right? Okay. Oh, this is the blend. This is not the natural. That's a good sign. I thought that's the natural one. It actually smells quite good. I'm happy with it. Now, this is a natural one. Oh my God. I need to stop complaining, shouldn't I? Yeah, I probably should. All right. Everything is messy. But hey, it's a lab, right? Plus, I have an aircon now, which is good. Otherwise, I would have been sweating. Oh man, I should be saving all of this ground. All right, that's good enough. Another 2, Andrew, you got this. That natural one actually smells really good. I'm excited to try and to cut them. This one surprises me. It smells like tamarind. What? Let's still need to take a little bit out. Great, you got this. Come on. Right, that's the last of it. What I'm gonna do now is to smell them after they're grounded. It just smells sweet, a little bit of acidity to it. Now this one smells fruity. I'm happy with that. Definitely smells citrusy and sweet as well, like chocolatey, caramelly. Now with these natural beans, oh my God, I can't quite pinpoint the smell of it. It smells really good though. It smells fruity, I think. Oh, I don't know what that is, but it smells real good. Again, I always get these tamarind smells with like sweet and sour. That's amazing. Funnily enough, when I went to Flores last time, when I was looking for Komodo dragon, I found this tamarind tree and I asked the guide if I could taste them, and he picked it up and I tasted them, and it always brings me back to that time. Every single time I smell this coffee. This one smells, the red caturra, the red caturra smells chocolatey, caramelly, and smells like winey almost. All right, now, since I put 11 grams of coffee on each cup as a sample here, you want to put 198 grams of water. So that equates to 1:18 brew ratio. I did a test run before, and I'm not going to weigh out every single one of them. I'm just going to fill them out just right at the brim of the cup, because that's almost 198 grams of water. And that's one of the reasons why I'm happy that I got this cup, because then it's almost always right. Look at my pouring skill, which is bad. Spill water everywhere. I have another timer actually. I'm going to use another timer. So after you pour the water, you want to brew the coffee beans for about 4 minutes. So I'm gonna start timing them out now. All right, so perfecto. I'm gonna clean a little bit. All right, it's almost 4 minutes for the first cup. I'm gonna put a little bit of distance between the cups. The natural stands out the most. It's amazing. It's sweet, caramelly, chocolatey. This batch here, it's a little bit too harsh. It's got that sharp smell. Yeah, it smells sweet though, like legit sweet. This one, as I expected, it has a little bit more fruitiness into it. And the natural is just, it smells citrusy. It smells almost like grapefruit. Yeah, grapefruit. Again, yellow caturra, tamarind. It's always tamarind. That's what I smell. And again, the red caturra, it's a chocolatey. All right, I'm gonna break the crust, and as I break the crust, I'm gonna smell them. I have my timer here. I'm just gonna keep time as well. Oh, I did that wrong. I need to break the crust and smell them first, but I guess it is what it is for now. It has that floral notes, almost black tea-like smell. This one here, I think when I roast them a little bit too long with too much heat at the end. So it smells a bit harsh, like ashy. I definitely ruin a good batch of coffee beans right there. Live and learn. I definitely need to put them a bit more distance because I can smell the neighboring cups. Now this one, the fruity notes is more pronounced compared to the other two batches. By the way, I probably need to take like a photo or something, right? I'm gonna break the crust on this one to make sure. Yeah, this one is amazing. This one is the yellow caturra. It's always tamarind smell that I get on it. Amazing. Okay, this one smells a little bit winey. For some, it might be a defect, I think. It could be from a storage problem, processing problem. I'm gonna taste each cup here. I'm gonna throw this, by the way. I'm gonna taste each cup now. Taste, just the most important part. It's got a good body for sure. I feel like they would make a good espresso base. Drinks, dark chocolate, peanuts. I feel like it's gonna have a little bit of acidity as it cools down because I can sort of taste them when I swirl them around in my mouth. As expected, that's just a bit too bitter, almost ashy. It's just, I know for a fact when I roast them, it's a mistake that I've made. I think I roasted them a bit far too long to my liking, and I just left the heat too much at the end phase, and it's just, yeah. Live and learn. This one is amazing. I almost need to restrain myself from swallowing them. Definitely, you can taste the fruitiness. It's more fruit and acidity forward, finished with a long-lasting sweet caramelly chocolatey taste to it. This is nice. Pear. You can taste pear on it. Oh, that is nice. I might need to order some more of that. Well, one thing for sure, I found a way to roast these beans properly, not perfect. I don't dare to say that I've roasted them perfect because there's still a lot of things that I need to learn. But I'm happy because I was struggling at first to roast these type of beans, and I found a solution to it. Definitely a great body too, brown body. I think on the next roast on these beans, if I get the beans, I'm gonna try to roast it a little bit lighter because I think it's a little bit too dark for this type of beans. I can see these beans just to have that fruity forward flavor punch without that dark notes, like chocolatey notes. I mean, you still want to have sweetness in it to give it a little bit of body as well. I'm going to take notes on that as well, by the way. So it's good in taking notes because then you can always go back when you roast these type of beans. I feel like I'm going to order some of these green beans because they're actually good. Amazing. All right. Next one. Again, it's tamarind flavor on it. It's always like that. Maybe it's just, I'm not too sure if yellow caturra have that sort of flavor characteristics on the beans. Maybe because this is the second one from a different processor, a different area of the farm as well. Tastes good though. It might be good as an espresso. I still yet need to try them. It has that sort of vegetable flavor on it, like greenish. It might be because I didn't roast them properly, but also it can go back or trace back to the process, the way they process the beans. But I feel like it's just the way I roast them. It tastes amazing though. It's got potential. This yellow caturra is amazing too. It surprises me because when you smell them, you don't expect them to have that acidity to it, but it does, and it makes a good body as well in your mouth. It's sweet, it's rounded, it's well balanced. I'm surprised by these. This is a potential as well. Oh, I really want to drink some of these, but it's late, I should not. Oh yeah, this is good. This is a potential, these two actually. I love them. They're amazing, awesome, beautiful. And when you do cupping as well, you want to taste them when these coffees gets cold as well, because the flavor profile might change as the temperature drops. I'm just gonna wait around a little bit. I'm gonna wait until it cools down a little bit and taste them again. But out of all, these two is definitely out. One of them is roasted a bit too much, and the other one is not developed as much, or it's the way that I want them to be. Now, this is the blend that I did that I'm happy with. I'm still debating with myself whether should I market this as an espresso blend or a filter. And with the natural ones, this is from Bali, by the way. These four here are from Bali. These two are from Flores. The natural one, it smells good. It has good body. It just makes me want to keep trying, you know? Funny thing is it cools down. I still need to find the use of the Yellow Caturra. It's got some potential. And I think what I find as a roaster is, look, by any means, guys, I'm not an expert, but just trying to be another roaster in this beautiful industry. As a roaster, I feel like you need, even though you have such a good coffee beans and you know how to roast them, you roast them well. But if you don't know if the market can absorb it, or if you don't know if this can be good as a filter or an espresso, if you don't see the use of it, then you might want to skip it, I feel like. Considering also the availability and the prices of the green beans as well, it's got potential, definitely. That one's nice. I'm gonna try these first two again, see if it tastes any better. Definitely not. This one is definitely out. That's a no. So this is this one here. That's a no-no. I'm gonna write not on that, so I can always go back and know which sort of roast profile or roast log that I did on that beans, and not gonna use it ever again. All right. So verdict. I'm happy with all of these that I have here. Now these two are definitely my go-to. First one, if I have to pick, is the natural one from Bali. Second one is gonna be my blend. I still yet need to try them both on espresso and filter brew, see which one works better. These two, I still need to work on the use case on these two beans. I can see the the red Caturra as a espresso as well, and the Yellow Caturra maybe as a filter. I'm gonna take note on that, maybe. I'm gonna take note on that as well. I really love the natural. Generally speaking, I love natural processed coffee beans. Actually, it's one of the coffee beans that made me fall in love with coffee. It's natural processed from Kenya back in 2018. I still remember when I tasted them. It's just well-rounded, good body. It just fills the whole palate. I always crave for that. To this day, it's really hard to find that. Actually, I found one that brought me back to that memory. It's the one from Bandung. I'm debating with myself. I've been in touch with the processor, but I'm still debating whether should I get them or not, because the minimum order is 60 kilos, and I'm a small roaster. I'm still yet to find my market. I don't think I'm ready to take the risk of ordering 60 kilograms specialty grade, mind you, of green beans. I have the fear of ruining the green beans from not being able to sell the roasted beans fast enough. At the end of the day, all of these are perishable goods. Yeah, I feel like that is just the one that will fulfill my own pleasure. It just tastes amazing. It's just well-rounded. Everything, when I say well-rounded, it's got that sweetness, it's got great body, it's got that acidity, fruitiness. Everything just pairs really nicely. And each one of them, it's not overpowering each other. Also, every single flavor profile in that coffee beans, it's just through the roof. It's amazing. It's I think one of the best that I've tasted so far in Indonesia. A classic natural, that is. And I've spoken to a few people as well, and they said, yeah, natural are really good. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna do another 2 cupping for my 2 other beans, and hopefully I'll get to see you on the next one. Peace.